right? Find a polynomial with these zeros, and what do you notice now about these zeros? They have irrational numbers in there. They have square roots. So the first thing is that we understand that if you have a polynomial with integer coefficients, which means no fractions, no decimals, that if you have a zero, which is like 2 plus the square root of 11, you must also have 2 minus the square root of 11. You're not going to have just one of those. These are called conjugates. When the only thing you change is the sign in between those two terms, that's called a conjugate. And they'll always occur in conjugate pairs. Okay. So they gave us a problem where actually they showed us already both the conjugates as being zeros. But you still have to do the same thing, right? You still have to go like this. X minus 3 times x minus the 0 in parentheses, 2 plus the square root of 11, right? X minus parentheses, and it did it again. Stay. Come on. Minus 2 minus come on. This is getting to the point of the ridiculous. 2 minus the square root of 11. Well, I've changed pens once. I've changed pens once, and I think the problem is the screen itself. Because if I did this, if I'm over there on my laptop, it doesn't give me these problems at all. I'm using this as the input device. So, you know, it looks complicated, definitely. It looks complicated, but remember, each one of these I formed by doing x minus the 0. Right? That's what these are. It's not one of them is a minus and one is a plus. That's inside the 0 that the conjugates have. One is a minus and one is a plus. Now, you can FOIL this out and do the whole thing. There is an easier way to do this, which I think I'll save you the brutal, which the book does. You could watch and see how they do it. It works. Or you could do it like this. Okay, what we're saying here is that x equals 2 plus or minus the square root of 11, correct? Our zeros are 2 plus the square root of 11, 2 minus the square root of 11, so x equals 2 plus or minus the square root of 11. Okay, now subtract 2 from both sides. Square both sides. Okay. Now, when you square the square root of 11, what are you going to get? You're going to get 11. What happens to the plus or minus? It goes away, right? Because a plus times a plus is a plus, and a minus times a minus is a plus. So in either case, the plus or minus goes away. So now what we have is on this side we have 11, and on this side we have FOIL x squared minus 2 times x, or x minus 2 times x minus 2. Minus 4x plus 4. And now if you subtract 11 from both sides, you have x squared minus 4x minus 7. Okay, and that's what you're going to get when you FOIL this. Yep. So now you can multiply the x minus 3 times that. Right, I'll make my little table, fill in the table, x times x squared, x times negative 4x, x times negative 7, x squared times negative 3. Sorry, but this is, oh, please. Okay, now I can combine my terms. X to the third. Negative 3 minus 4 is negative 7x squared. Plus 12 minus 5 is 5x plus 21.